Hello and welcome to this XLH video where I'm going to show you how to use the if function. In this video I'm going to go through the if function syntax, and I'm also going to use a couple of examples to demonstrate how the if function can be used. So to get started with, let's just take a quick look at the if function syntax. Here we can see the if function syntax. It takes three parameters. Two of the parameters are required and one is optional. The first parameter is a logical test, and this test can be a numeric test or it can be a logical test of some kind. Whatever test you choose, it can only evaluate in two ways: either evaluate to true or evaluate to false. So the second parameter here is what you want the if function to do if the test evaluates to true. The final parameter, the third parameter here, is what they want the if function to do if the test evaluates to false. I know this can all seem a bit confusing, but we're going to go through some examples to demonstrate this. The final parameter isn't required, and that's why it's surrounded with these kind of square brackets at each end. So let's just take a look at a couple of examples. Okay. So here we can see two columns of numbers, column A and column B. Column A shows 10 in every column. Column B's got some different values. And we're going to type in a simple formula that's going to evaluate whether column B is greater than column A. If it is greater, it's going to display the message pass, and if it isn't greater, it's going to display the message fail. So let's just take a quick look at that formula for a second. This is the formula we're going to use. It's if A1 is greater than B1, then pass, else fail. So the first part is our logical test. So that tests to see if the value in cell A1 is greater than the value in cell B1. The second part of our formula is the value if true, and we're going to display the text pass if the value in A1 is greater than B1. And the final parameter, the optional one, is our value if false. So if A1 isn't greater than B1, we'll show the message fail. So let's type this into our spreadsheet. So let's type our formula in. Here we go, equals if A1 greater than B1, then pass, else fail. Click enter, and there we go, we get a pass. And obviously 10 is greater than 5, so pass is correct. The test is evaluated to true. Now let's copy this formula down to the next example. Now it's displaying the message fail, as you can see here. And obviously 10 isn't greater than 20, so the test will evaluate to false and displays the message fail because it's now going to the third parameter in our formula here. Now I did mention earlier that the third parameter isn't required, so if we copy this formula down again and we just delete the third parameter, you'll see 10 is greater than 5, so it still displays the message pass because it evaluates to true. With now this copy this formula down again, where it evaluates to false, you can see 10 isn't greater than 20. We don't have our third parameter in, but the test still evaluates to false, and the if function displays the text false. So how can we use an if function in a real world example? Well, let's just move to this second example which I've prepared here. So on this spreadsheet here, we've got a number of employees at a company. They have various different roles: admin, salesperson, manager. They've got an hourly rate that they're paid, and each person can make some sales in the organisation, and then they have a base salary as well. Now only salespeople get paid commission on the sales that they make. So what we want to do is we want to use the if function to work out if the role equals salesperson, then if it does, pay them a commission based on the commission rate of 5%. So we're going to use the following formula to work this out. So we're going to use this formula, and as you can see here, it says if B5 equals salesperson. Now all the roles that each person have is in column B, and this is going to go on row 5. If that test evaluates to true, it's going to take their base salary, which is in column D, and multiply it by the rate of commission, which is 5% in in cells B1. Otherwise, we're going to insert a 0 because we don't pay commission. So let's go back to our spreadsheet and type this formula in. So here we are back at our spreadsheet again. So let's just type in the formula that I've just shown you. So equals if, in this case, cell B5 equals salesperson and then the value of true, which is the sales, which is in column D, multiplied by the rate of commission, which is in cell B1. And we want to make that a absolute reference because we're going to use that in the same reference in all our rows. So we just put that in there. There we go. And then finally, the value of commission. If the value is false, which is 0, and click enter. So let's take a look at what we've done there. The first person here, first employee, is Lee. He has a role of admin, and admins don't get paid commission, so therefore the formula is correctly inserted, no commission. So let's just fill the rest of the rows. Let me flash fill these. There we go. So you can see we've got some commissions paid. Nikki, which is a salesperson, so that's correct. Kevin, which is a salesperson, that's correct. Alexis is a salesperson, that's also correct. And Bella is a salesperson, that's correct. So, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, why not subscribe? Also, why not pop across to my website and sign to my newsletter. That's excelh.com to get some more great tips and useful information on Excel. Okay, thanks a lot.